Imagine this: devastating crimes committed against the most vulnerable members of society. Innocent children scarred for life, their cries for justice often drowned out by bureaucracy, politics, and yes, even fear of offending sensibilities. Today, we're tackling a topic that demands your attention: grooming gangs. Who's accountable? And why aren't more perpetrators being deported? No ifs, no buts. Justice must be non-negotiable. Top political figures in the UK are making bold claims. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp has issued a fiery statement declaring all foreign members of grooming gangs must be deported, no exceptions. And he's not stopping there. He says if laws need changing, then change them we must. Sounds tough, right? But is this just talk, or can it bring the justice victims so desperately deserve? Let's break this down. The Home Office has admitted it doesn't even publish the number of grooming gang members who have been deported. And here's the kicker: countries like Pakistan are reportedly refusing to take back offenders. That's why Philp suggests an extreme measure: stop or slow visas to nations that won't cooperate. A hardline stance, sure. But is it enough? The victims of these crimes, predominantly young girls, have suffered unimaginable trauma. They deserve action, not excuses. But critics argue the government's response is too fragmented. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper, for instance, has opted for localized inquiries instead of a national one. Why? She claims these smaller-scale investigations yield better results. Others, like Kishwa Faulkner of the Equality and Human Rights Commission, aren't convinced. She says only a national inquiry can bring a true reckoning. Here's where things get even more complicated. Police data from 2023 revealed that of 115,000 child sexual abuse cases, 717 were tied to grooming gangs. A shocking number, but experts believe the real figure is even higher because so much abuse goes unreported. And yes, many of these gangs involve perpetrators of Pakistani heritage. But does acknowledging this risk fueling stereotypes? Or is it simply about facing facts? Take Qari Abdul Rauf, for example. Convicted, jailed, released, and yet still in the UK. Despite orders to deport him, Pakistan refused to take him back. And he's not the only one. This is where the system seems to grind to a halt. What message does this send to victims? So, what's the solution? Some say stricter laws. Others demand better data collection. Cooper's task force is currently investigating hundreds of grooming cases across 29 police forces. But is that enough? Critics like Baroness Louise Casey want a rapid audit of the scale and nature of these crimes nationwide. They argue that only a full national inquiry can expose the root causes and prevent these horrors from happening again. The truth is, this isn't just about politics. It's about justice. It's about safety. And it's about ensuring no child endures this nightmare ever again. Should the government go all in with national inquiries? Should deportation laws get tougher? And how do we balance justice with fairness? Let us know in the comments below.